Okay, right. Now then, James Abbott Thompson. Now it has been widely published about this fella and what he's been up to. But the media are holding back on the full story. Have we gathered that yet? They are, you know. They're not telling the whole story. Oh, you mean the media is really conning us? Nah, it can't con us. It wouldn't lead us on, wouldn't give us false information, and it wouldn't certainly lack giving us information. They're holding information back for purposes known only to them. Let's go through this. James Abbott Thompson left on Parliament's Thames Terrace. The son of Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott has been charged with 11 new offences. Right? 11 new offences. Note the words. After appearing in court last month. So he's got 11. Charged with 3 others. Okay, he's got 11 so far. The 11 charges faced by Diane Abbott's son, Abbott Thompson, studied at Cambridge before getting a job at the Foreign Office. Assaulted a person, causing them actual bodily harm, August 7th, 2019. Note that. He caused actual bodily harm on August the 7th, 2019 in the Royal Free Hospital. Then he went to Mile End Hospital, assault by beating, August 8th, that is the day after, 2019, Mile End Hospital, assaulted a doctor. Assault by beating of emergency services worker in July 26. Okay, 2019. You tell me what's wrong here, what they're not telling us. Well, it's picking clear, isn't it? Okay, first of all, let us go to July 26. Alright, you're telling me he wasn't arrested? Eh? For assaulting a doctor? Huh? And he wasn't arrested on August the 8th and August the 7th? Huh? Oh, come on. Come on. 3 occasions he should have been arrested. Or at least 2 occasions. If he wasn't arrested on the 7th of August, he should have been arrested on the 8th of August. Why wasn't he? What's going on? Should not the newspapers inform us as to why he wasn't arrested? Or, if he was arrested, taken to the magistrate's court and put on bail? He's got to have been arrested at some point here. If he was arrested and put out on bail, why then was he released a second time if he's gone to court a second time? Let's carry on. Okay. Now, within the London Borough of Hackney, exposure October 27th, 2019. At Homerton Hospital. There's another hospital. Assault by beating of emergency service worker, November the 7th. Okay, at Homerton Hospital, assaulted a nurse, racially aggravated criminal damage, November 7th, 2019. At Homerton Hospital, destroyed prescription spectacles, assault by beating of emergency services worker, November the 8th. Go on, you can read it yourself. Why? Why, oh why is it that this person is not mentioned by the media as having been arrested? Is it that he was arrested and a date set for the charges to be brought to the court again to face trial, and in the meantime he's doing these crimes, and so they're mounting up, so he's going back to court and let off out of court on bail to appear back in court at some stage? Would you or I be allowed to do this? This catalogue of crime? Physical crime against people. Why is he? What's so special about him? Nothing. He's a scoundrel. The worst of sinners. Total scoundrel. I mean, you've assaulted the police. Come on. You've assaulted the police. You're going to get arrested. More so than attacking other people. You attack a policeman, he'll get arrested. Immediately arrested. So he's been to court. He's been to the magistrates. He's been bailed. But they're not telling us this. They're leaving it out. So when you consider everything, how many times has he been to the magistrate's court and been bailed? The last assault on a hospital worker is said to have taken place 2 days before Christmas. 23rd of December. And he's still out. Bail. Come on. The last assault on a hospital worker is said to have taken place just 2 days before Christmas. He also faces 1 count of exposure on a hospital ward. Yesterday, the Cambridge graduate appeared at Thames Magistrates Court in Bromley by Bow. District Judge McIver. These are downright frigging corrupt. What is he doing? Going before a district judge. This is the fashion these days. He'd have gone before a magistrate before this. Indeed, people go before magistrates. It's only when they come to these people, sensitive areas, do they get a district judge. You know what a district judge is? It's a civil judge sitting in a magistrate's court. Sitting in the magistrate's court. And most of them are as political can be. Utterly pigging corrupt, and they're not supposed to be. That is one of their prerequisites, that they're not supposed to be political, not join any political party, anything to do with politics, but they are downright political. District Judge Jane McIver granted Abbott Thompson bail. Bail! Yesterday, ahead of a further hearing at Woodstock, Wood Magistrates, whatever. She gave him bail. 11 charges. 10 assaults. 1 indecent exposure. How many more times? If he walked into that place and went before this judge again, how many times has the district judges been in that big in court? And have let him off here. If he'd have gone in and he'd been accused of murder, they'd still let him off on bail. How many more crimes has this fella got to do in order to be put on remand? Is that loudmouth Diane Abbott son, isn't there? Oh, special treatment. On bail, come on. Let's face it, there's a fella here, he's off his nut. He's a psycho. He starts in July, goes through to December. And what does the picking judge do? A civil judge lets him off again to report back into the court at some stage. And that has clearly happened at least 10 times. At least. I tell you what, there's one rule for these buggers and one rule for us. Our feet wouldn't touch the pigging ground. If you went in a hospital wickedly and assaulted somebody, the police would be there and your collar would be felt and you'd be taken out in front of the magistrate. Magistrate! No doubt if you'd get bail. You certainly wouldn't get it if you appeared before the magistrate the second time. You'd have a pigging warning. You before me again. You will be remanded in custody until the trial date is fixed. Can't let you go. You're a nutter. You're an absolute off your head. You're hitting people. You're hitting society. If I let you go now, you'll go and do it again. And this is what the bugger did. And each time he clearly went before a district judge. District judge said, oh, alright, you know, we're going to give you bail. Go and do it again. How many times now has Mr. Thompson been before a district judge? 8 times, sir, madam. Oh, right. And he's done some more crimes, I see. Yes, he's done a couple more crimes. Oh, right. Give him bail. What? Well, the other judges gave him bail. It's nicely accumulating, isn't it? Yes, right. And he's been given bail again. So what's his mother done in order to keep him from going into the next hospital? Chained him up on the radiator? It's mad, isn't it? You've let him out again. Let him on bail. To increase his charges. You know, it wouldn't surprise me that sometime this month he's not taken back into court for more charges and then released on bail again. It'll be a different thing before a magistrate. In fact, before a jury. With all these charges, I would imagine it would go to a jury. And he's pleading not guilty. The cheeky bugger's pleading not guilty. And it's all on CCTV cameras. And it's the only time that you do get CCTV footage for these breaking news events. Isn't it? Eh? Man is stabbed in Manchester. Where's CCTV footage? Oh, we haven't got it. Oh dear. Oh. Yes, exactly. Another thing. Let's just see what else is on here. Another thing to bear in mind that they're not telling us. The media is not telling us. They're withholding it from us. He's going next month. Okay, the former diplomat left Foreign Office in June this year, just weeks before the first alleged attack on July. Hey? So, he left the Foreign Office in June. What is the media not telling us about this? They're just saying he left the Home Office, as though you're leaving a shop. He was clearly booted out of the Home Office, and what follows, in fact, asserts this. He was booted out. He's got a temper. He's psycho. I wouldn't put it past him to be on drink and drugs. Wouldn't put it past him. It's in his nature to be what he is. And this thing in front of us, this Diane Abbott, has fed that. There are some people today, and they say, well, is it nature or is it nurture? Well, first of all, it's nature, and then nurture. Sometimes people can get away with bad backgrounds and become good people. But as a general rule, if you've got a bad heart, you know, and you're a nasty person, and somebody's there as your mother or your father, and they're feeding you their nastiness like you would feed physical food into your stomach, if you're feeding off these people into your mind, to your character, that sacred side, as we say, of the physical side, you become a monster. And this one here, this woman, is a monster, an absolute total monster. Now, how the hell did she get in that position? Because monsters put her in that position. Now, he was clearly booted out. He had a good job and good pay. Extremely good pay in the Foreign Office. She, Diane Abbott, got him this job. Nepotism. He was a diplomat. They are on an awful lot of money. And of course, a diplomat to Italy got all these expenses, all the flights and all the meals and all the food and all the drink he wants and the clothing allowances. And a very, very hefty pay packet at the end of it. And I tell you what, when he left in June, the principal thing is, and I've been up to these levels, and it is a stated principal thing, is to give a golden handshake. I wonder how much money he got. You see, they give them two positions. You either leave, or we sack you and disgrace you. Or you leave and say you're just leaving and we'll give you this amount of money. Because it's not our money, you know, it's the taxpayers' money. But we want everything you need to see to be smooth, so we'll grease your palm. Take the money, or we'll simply sack you, and you'll get no money. So they leave. You know, my wife's ill, you've heard it all, haven't you? You know, I'm leaving to attend to my family, my wife's ill, my children are ill, blah, 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 you know. It's out of the filing cabinet. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got an excuse here. Okay. Right. So, the media is not saying why he was, well, left the Foreign Office this year. Secondly, we say this ipso facto loquier, the thing speaks for itself, that this fella was given an ultimatum, either pig in leave or we sack you and disgrace you, and that we prefer you to just leave. We'll give you this money, you just leave, so you don't bring any reproach upon the Home Office, okay? And the Foreign Office, which is as corrupt as the Home Office. Anyhow, the media is not saying this. The thing here is this, okay? He's as mad as hell. His arrogance has been challenged. His self-importance has been challenged. They're telling me to get out. And he's had to get out. He's taken their money, the filthy lucre, and he's run. What happens? A couple of weeks later. You tell me what happens. He goes on a pigging rampage. Where does he go on the rampage? In a supermarket? No. At a bus stop? No. Where does he go on the rampage? Outside Homerton Hospital. And elsewhere, like they want to get away from this fact, and elsewhere in Hackney, where his mother lives. Elsewhere, in other words, other hospitals. He was so upset that he had been challenged and he had been given the boot, that he'd get back at the system. And who represents the system? Well, there's a local hospital to go down. I'm going down the Piggin local hospital. I'm going to attack emergency workers. Oh, here's a couple coming out of the hospital. Bang, bang. Hey? And this is what also cowards do. People like you and I are just tending to our business, and some fug comes up, doesn't warn you, doesn't give you any warning, just calmly walks up and thumps you, because they're cowards. They won't challenge you. Some will, and then when you challenge them back, they'll pick off. But cowards, they'll hit you. They'll take you by surprise. This is what this coward did to get back at the establishment. That's what he did. He focused upon the establishment. In hospitals, that is vile. I tell you what, whoever gave him the liberty to go out and do other assaults on emergency workers needs flogging. They need to be taken out with him and flogged in public.